Hello, is there someone that wants to take notes on the ether? Ether. Okay. Να περιμένουν να έρθει κι άλλος κόσμος, να μας τα πει. Okay, open.
Yeah, the open rooms and everybody can enter. Yeah.
Hello. Is there anyone that wants to take notes on the Etherpad? No? Okay.
Hi, it's 11 o'clock. Hello. Thank you very much for joining our session. Welcome, friends and dear Wikimedians. It's a joy to be here in Thessaloniki. Thank you to Wikimedia Greece for accepting our proposal to talk about the role of Wikimedian in residence and the journalist. Today we invite you to explore two roles that may seem worlds apart, a Wikimedian in residence and the journalist, but in truth they share a common mission, to inform, to connect and empower. My name is Maria Magdalena Bărăscu. I'm the journalist and an investigator information at University of Valencia, and my colleague.
So nice to see all of you. My name is Elena Damian. I come from Romania and I'm a librarian at a county library in Romania and volunteer on Wikipedia since 2022 and also member, along with Magda, of the Wikimedians of Romania and Moldova user group. Thank you so much.
May we ask you if we can take a selfie? My mom is watching all of us.
And we want to send
and we want to have a memory with you. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, let's start the serious things. Just a few words about our user group, Wikimedians of Romania and Moldova user group. As you can probably tell it from its name, we are a community united by a strong belief that knowledge should be open, accessible, and shared. We are a group of passionate contributors who work at the intersection of culture, education, science, and civil life in order to make Wikimedia projects stronger, both in Romania and Moldova, as we serve these two strong communities and we share the same language, the Romanian language, spoken by like 23 million of people. Our mission is to raise Wikimedia's relevance, credibility, and visibility, and not just among Wikipedia or other Wikimedia platforms users, but also and especially, I would say, among museums, institutions, archives, or research centers, and also among cultural and scientific communities. Also, we aim to reduce possibly existing gaps like geographic, gender, or generational, that limit participation to knowledge sharing. So in this context, our goals include inviting new contributors to the Wikimedia projects so that we always have fresh voices, including from underrepresented areas or backgrounds, to be heard and empowered. Also increasing the amount of materials by our GLAM partners made available under free license, and of course improving the quality of contributions, making sure that the content is accurate, well-sourced, and reflective of diverse perspectives, so that it's not just about quantity, but also about quality. Thank you. Magda?
We want to tell you our story and why we decided to come here and talk about a Wikimedian in residence and the journalist relationship. We met 1 year ago at Wikimania in Katowice, and we started our relationship there. I was brought in by the CEE Hub, I was employed by them, and answering the need of Wikimedians of Romania and Moldova group to have a person in charge of communication. And then that was our big bang moment. I met Elena and we started working I discovered the new world. Although I was a journalist, I discovered we have so many things in common. And she was my link with the Wikimedia ecosystem. And we decided to talk about what we're doing because we see how this relationship is evolving and it's helping our community. We have several strategic goals, inviting new contributors of Wikimedia project, making sure fresh voices, including from underrepresented regions or backgrounds, are heard and empowered. We're trying to reach our communities, our Roma communities, leading different campaigns. We're trying to increase the amount of materials and being in contact with the librarians in digitizing their content. And now Elena will talk to you about her experience as a Wikimedian in residence and our shared values that we discovered we have.
Just a little bit theory about what a Wikimedian in residence does. I think all of you have heard of this concept, and we could have so many possibly definitions. But in my opinion, as I see it, a Wikimedian in residence is a bridge builder between institutions and the Wikimedia projects, because he is the link between them. And their role is not to replace professionals in the museums, libraries, or archives, but to help them share their expertise with a global audience. By working inside an institution, a Wikimedian in residence creates possibilities for collections and archives to be shown online, to get much more attention. They bring with them an understanding of the Wikimedia's values, such as the neutral point of view, which is so very important for us, the importance of reliable sources, and also the sense of collaboration, and show people how this can complement academic rigor and professional standards. And in this way, the Wikimedian helps transform local resources into trusted references. He strengthens public access to cultural heritage and nurtures a community that can continue contributing long after the residency ends. So I think that his role is both educational and collaborative, by training people, by guiding projects, and ensuring that contributors respect both institutional identity and Wikimedia principles. And in the end, a Wikimedian in residence leaves behind a sustainable culture of openness and participation with the host institution.
In starting our relationship and in building it, we discovered that we have a lot in common. And my role as a community builder is to highlight underrepresented communities and topics, to investigate misinformation, and we discovered we have this. She, as a librarian also and a Wikimedian, she was the first Wikimedian in residence in Romania, of Wikimedians of Romania and Moldova.
It was a project pilot in 2024. Seems like yesterday.
And I also discovered when I became a Wikimedian that there are so many things I can bring at the table. I can bring from my experience rigor, curiosity, and storytelling skills that I do on a daily basis. I can help improve article quality, especially in local languages, in our Romanian language. And I can challenge systemic biases. It's funny because you're double-checking a birth date or something, and it happened 2 weeks ago when a famous Romanian writer had the wrong birthday. And I started talking to user Străinu, and he told me nobody in 20 years managed to figure out that was the mistake. And we saw that our roles intersect, and let's imagine a Wikimedian in residence at a regional archive in the Balkans. They uncover a trove.
Yes, please. We have a question, I think. Sorry.
Yes, please. And we have
please
a
ask us.
microphone as well.
Will you speak loudly?
Yes, we hear you.
Point is that I still am not sure I figure out what is your way to contribute for Maria Magdalena. What is the rights to have your own words. Basically, you live, probably you earn for living based on copyright for your work. And yet you contribute to Wikipedia. And that's, how did you resolve these basic conflicts of interest?
Thank you so much. Thank you for your question. I was brought to the group because it was their need to communicate with different other communities and to bring more users at the table and to be in charge of the social media channels, to make the messages of the communities clear and to reach newer audiences. This is how I daily contribute. I ask the members what are the channels that they want to use mainly. Their main interest was on Facebook because that's where the majority of community users are interacting with the group. And then we started developing different other channels. We started opening to LinkedIn, to Instagram. I started making press releases for different campaigns that weren't promoted before, built a new meta page and updated, and we have a new tool that we're going to talk about it, the newsletter. I'm also contributing regionally to the CEE newsletter where we're promoting our campaigns and the messages from our community. I don't know if I answered to your question or if there's something more clear to be explained.
I could add, if you allow me, I could add that for our group, her role is so much very important because we need communication. We need people to know about Wikipedia. Maybe you don't believe it, but in our country, cultural institutions have this tendency to close their collection. So it's only here and nobody sees them, nobody takes them. And when I come as a Wikimedian in residence and I say, I want to do this and I want to do that and put your collections there and have pictures and write about you, they look like, why? Why should we do this? We don't need it. And here comes Magda, who knows how to write it, how to put the right words in order that they are convinced we are doing a professional job.
I can also tell you about the reluctance of the users, because they were like, okay, you're an outsider, and yes, you're joining us in order to do what? In order to promote your interests better. Because although you're an amazing contributor to open knowledge, sometimes what I discovered is that you do not promote your work properly and opening to the world. In our user group, we have somebody who says, Facebook, it's not relevant. We discovered it's relevant for our online meetings because a lot of people see the message on social media and then joining our campaigns and our online meetings. We discovered that they comment and they're giving suggestions, and they, through social media, they're taking part of our campaigns and becoming active users and contributors. So we're trying to use these tools that initially weren't used properly in order to grow the community and to attract newer members to join us. Have I answered to your question? Thank you so much.
Should we continue with the next slide?
Yes, we'll move on to the next slide, talking about the tools of communication that we're using. We're having, what helped us a lot develop this relationship, it's weekly meetings. We're having an hour, most of the time when we're available, to share what are our objectives and our subject to be developed for the next month, the next week, what's on our agenda. It's an inside job that we're doing with several members. We also have an online meeting monthly with our users where we ask them about their needs. What do they need to know about the community projects? How can we help them in order to involve them actively? We're launching next week a new tool, the Romanian newsletter. in order to reach different communities, because we have a new member of the team, Ana Maria Lupan, who's here, and she's in charge of the relationship with the academic environment. And we'll try to reach academia, students, professors, and to develop this relationship of the user group with, at the academic level. We also have reports. We're not doing very better at them, but Claudia is in charge of that part as well. We're trying to use what I know how to do. We interview ourselves, we interview the members. We're trying to bring information at the surface in order to reach different audiences. What else do we have? Whenever we're in crisis, we're using all the channels possible. It's amazing because both of us, we discovered we're available at any time when something is happening. And that's the reason it's working. I'm not answering her on WhatsApp. I'm telling her, I'm communicating my schedule, and I'm telling her, yeah, I'm not available during these hours, but if something is burning, please do it. Initially, when I joined them, because I'm having deadlines all the time, and I told them, you know, this is how I work, and they were chill. We're in here, being a small community, we don't have so many deadlines, so let's schedule first, let's have a strategy related to what we're going to do, and then move on. What else do we have? We're using WhatsApp, yeah, we have a WhatsApp group, yeah.
LinkedIn.
Well, yeah, we're just developing. If you look, we don't have so many followers on LinkedIn, but if you would like to like us, Wikimedians of Romania and Moldova.
Please do so.
Yeah, we're growing it. We opened it 2 months ago. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and now we want to talk to you about 2 case studies that we dealt with.
Yes.
Elena's experience as a Wikimedian in residence, the first time in Craiova, which is a city in southern part of Europe.
Maybe you've heard of Craiova. It's a very, very beautiful city in Romania, so if you ever come, please visit Craiova, but first please visit Cluj next autumn. Okay, so I got to be the first Wikimedian in residence in this wonderful place in Craiova. And as I said it before, it was a project pilot. We didn't exactly know what to expect, what we should do or not, but I was very excited and happy to have been chosen to do this. Then I wasn't a member of the Wikimedians of Romania user group, and they chose me to do this very important role, and I was so proud. My mission as a Wikimedian resident was in fact simple, but yet very ambitious, because I have to bring local heritage, culture, and personalities, and also the special collections to the global space of open knowledge, a concept that is still testing. And day by day, I worked alongside librarians, curators, and cultural partners to rediscover stories that had lived in their archives and collections for so many years, and to give them practically a new life on Wikipedia, Wikidata, and Wikimedia Commons. This residency brought together 2 cultural institutions in Craiova, the County Library and the Museum of Romanian Exile, which is a unique cultural institution in our country, so the much more important. And together, they came out with themes about local heritage, local personalities, local stories, and also their special collections. And these were not just subjects for research, they were in fact connecting the city's cultural memory with the whole world. So by the end of the week, because my staying there as a Wikimedian residence was for 5 days, the results were already tangible. We had new and expanded articles on Wikipedia about notable local figures and institutions, and also photographs from their collections and from the events were uploaded to Commons so that the whole work could have a visible dimension. And then the partial results were showed and new ideas were proposed. But for me, in fact, I think that more than about numbers and images that were uploaded and articles that were created was about realizing the possibilities they could have. In fact, it was growing like a special community there inside the library and with the help of the museum when they realized how much they needed a Wikimedian in residence and that they should invest in training their personnel to edit on Wikipedia and promote. Practically, they were promoting their values, their collections, and they needed a person to do this. And I think this is the most great achievement, that they realized they needed a Wikimedian in residence, and it's not just something like this. It's a very important role that I think each cultural institution should have.
And we would kindly ask you to promote this. We're trying to have a second Wikimedian in residence. It's a reluctance because a lot of people do not know about the role and about the attribution. And it's difficult for people to take 1 week or even several days off from the daily job in order to do this residency. We want to tell you about what happened to us in November last year. Our Facebook page was down and we couldn't figure out why. It was before our elections. Initially we thought it was related with something political. It happened to a post about a Romanian writer called Nina Casian. And everything started from the comments we had. I noticed there was an increased traffic and I couldn't figure out why. It was shared all over Facebook, on different pages. It was like, why is she so controversial? And she was controversial because of her private life. And the comments went on and on related to her private life. And at some point, we got the message from Facebook that the page is down. We weren't able to talk to anybody because you are led to a robot who will never reply to you. And I started to talk to user Străinu. Okay, what can we do? I started using all my networks. I reached to Facebook Center in Ireland, to the Facebook Center in Brussels. Even, I was telling Barbara, even on New Year's Eve, I was talking to people, do you know somebody at Facebook who can help us with this? Because we have a Facebook page, it's reaching 5,000 likes at the moment, followers. And we're very proud about that amount of users who are reading what we do. And then at New Year's Eve, I discovered I have a colleague who is actually working now for Facebook in Amsterdam. And she said, okay, why haven't you reached before? And I was like, I wasn't aware you were working for Facebook. Our page was up at the beginning of January. Of course, it was down for almost 2 months. They never give you a reason why it's down. It was reported, so everybody can report your social media account for something. And then the communities, the platforms are not even asking for or doing a rigorous investigation about what happened. And in the meantime, we started developing new channels in order to communicate our actions. We were fortunate because it was holiday time, so it was not such a waste of time in order to, people are not using very much social media during Christmas time. And yes, I think we're reaching now, we have 5 minutes left. We want to tell you what we learned in the last year.
We communicate a lot, we talk a lot.
So yes, we learned that the most important thing in this relationship is to listen to each other, to listen to the community needs, to listen to the users who are reaching us. And not only to listen, to reply to them, to be there whenever they need, or they're asking something about a campaign, or they're asking, we have a librarian who wanted to be super involved in Wiki Loves Film. this year, and
Yes.
she has
was
so
great.
many ideas in order to lead other different campaigns. She wants to be, she's working for Metropolitan
for
University.
Metropolitan Library in Bucharest, and she wants to do so many campaigns, and we were like, okay, we're gonna do it, just wait a little bit to organize to a little. But she's very excited, and for us, it's the best recognition of our work.
We learned that whether we're a Wikimedian in residence or a journalist, both we're stewards of truth, and we're trying to build bridges between different communities. And we started with small talks. We started with small steps, developing our relationship, first of all, and having a flow of conversation in order to develop Wikimedia in Romania and Moldova. We discovered how important it is to show up every day and to show up at the meetings that you're promising the community you'll be there, and to be on time. We have the meeting at 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's important for us to be there at 9 o'clock. What I encourage every other users to do is plan and have a strategy, a communication strategy, and be there constantly. And you might not see the results daily. You might not be happy with the numbers of likes or followers that you have. But if you do it constantly, you will realize the community around you is growing. And you will have a feedback from a librarian who's telling you, you know, my kid came to me and tell me, I'm so proud that my mom is a Wikipedia contributor.
Yes.
And
for us, being Wikipedians is not just a job or something we have to do. It's something that we live, is our life. We love doing this, and hopefully we're gonna keep continuing doing great things together, because we love everything we do, and we are best friends. That's the most important thing, I think. Thank you.
if you have questions, please do ask us.
Do we have time? Yes,
do
please.
contact us. Yeah.
Okay, please ask us anything.
Yes, you have our emails over there and our usernames on the page, and do like us on Facebook, on
Please.
Instagram, on LinkedIn. Yeah, and let's partner with different campaigns that we can do together. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, nice to see you. I'm gonna have to do a demonstration of the tool, but we're gonna have to figure that out, but also it's mobile first, so you're gonna be on your phones, and we'll see how we'll do that in just a minute. But before just jumping into the presentation, like we also had the presentation from Elena and Maria, and they also like an intro to mine as well. The way they met and the way they work together and they shared their skills and capacities is basically what CapEx is all about. So I have a few questions to get us started. So what skills do you have that you could share with someone in the community? If someone could just answer, maybe something technical like a wiki tool, maybe something like facilitation, guiding group discussions or workshops, or it could be also empathy, like understanding and supporting the diverse perspectives. Yes, just go. Yeah, that's great. That's also a skill. Anyone else?
Building a newsletter.
Yeah, amazing.
Explaining the principles of editing at Wikipedia.
Perfect.
Maybe providing useful links for sub-pages, because in many cases users don't understand that the template is descended from the documentation.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you, everyone. So let's go back to when you first started with the wiki movement altogether. So maybe you didn't have the skill that you have right now, or there's also a skill right now that you need. How did you find that help, or how do you find it now? For example, we saw the example with Elena and Maria, how they found each other and they built something amazing. How do you do it right now, for example? Or how did you do it back then when you first started? Did you look for people? Did you check Telegram groups? Did you have to write emails? Did you have to go around and see which affiliate has maybe some experience in that?
I used
Forum?
forum.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm Vladimir from Belarus. This is my first time here. I hope this is my last time because, yeah, it will be a success if this will be my last time, because I hope a younger and more active guy from Belarusian Wikisource will come and he will finally present his topic too. Yeah, but when I started, I didn't know anything about like wiki chats, telegrams, anything. And so the first thing when new users who are unexperienced, when they come, they see only forum, because this is basically the only link they see in the general interface. And so this is where you start. So the worst thing that can usually happen, and it usually happens when you don't just like get any help, but you get this, let's say, negative approach, like go somewhere else.
Oh.
But sometimes, usually after several, like persistence, I remember someone mentioned persistence. This is the only thing that usually saves the new user, and it helped me a lot because I was persistent. I was continuing to ask the questions, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, despite being, let's say, exposed to some negative comments, but still maybe the 4th or the 5th person finally said something, let's say, neutral, and I started asking like personally on the personal pages, questions like, okay, if this is that, then what's next? And we're like, oh, okay, like I don't want to help you, but come on, like this, like read there somewhere. And this is where it starts, and yeah, you just like, persistence helps most. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for sharing your experience. Does anyone else have something to share? If not, that's okay. Thank you very much. It was perfectly explained. So this is basically why CapEx is here. So instead of having maybe some positive experience, some people may have negative experience or no experience at all. They maybe not find what they need to share or learn. So Capacity is the tool designed to help you share your skills, find the support you need, and connect with others across the Wikimedia movement. So if I go to the demo, it's mobile first, so you can scan the QR code right now. Or if you have a laptop, I also put the link to the Etherpad. And how many of you do you have an account? Okay, yeah, great. So the others, you could start creating the accounts. So it's fairly easy, and all of the data will not be stored with a capacity exchange. It will be only the data you have on the meta page, and the contact, it will be based on your preference and through meta page. So security-wise, it's very safe. It's not that we're going to store the information. I would need to open this, but let's see how. One tool I'm not having. Can I allow this? Probably. Because. Should I? Because I cannot see it on the screen and I. But I just need to share the screen now.
Okay.
Is that a problem? Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So this is going to take just a bit of time because I'm going to have to look at the other screen while showing you as well. So this is the page on the laptop right now, but if you have it on your phone, it's the same. And it's mobile friendly. It was developed firstly for mobile, so it's more accessible and easier. So all you have right now, you have like the preference of what language. If there's not a language that you speak and you would like the capacity change to be in it, it could be as easy as you could start translating it, or you could text us and maybe we can find someone who wants to help and we can translate it together. You have the preferences on do you want it dark or light. That's up to you. You have the login button, which is going to take you same as authentication like, let's say, dashboard on any other tool that we use. You have, without logging in, what you can see is the information about the tool, and you could see the organization list. So we also have organizations, affiliates that have their profile. If you want to open a profile for your organization, you have to contact Capacity Exchange, and we'll have an admin added for your organization. But you do have to have a user in the tool, firstly, to have it as an admin for the organization. Then you have also events. We can just look at it a bit. So we have Wikicom Brazil, for example, some events of the past that you could also go through, the organization list, for example. Let's just give it a bit of time to load. So you have also their available capacities and their wanted capacities, which they have listed themselves. Similar, it's also to your profile that we're going to do. Firstly, I just want to share also a video that we worked really hard to create, so I would take just a minute.
Imagine a world in which every single Wikimedian can freely share the sum of all capacities. With capacity exchange, that is possible. Capacity exchange, also known as CAPEX, is a platform for finding and connecting the peers to exchange knowledge and skills on a global level. CAPEX's goal is to make it easier to discover information surrounding the Wikimedia ecosystem and find people who can help you build capacities in April movement. Capacity Exchange offers an open, free, and safe space designed specifically for peer exchange and is compatible with the values of Wikimedia. In just a few clicks, you will be able to select the skills you want to share and learn. With that, you are ready to explore and look for someone who matches your needs. Within the platform, you will also find useful information about affiliates and initiatives from the Wiki universe in their organization profiles. Capacity Exchange was built as mobile first, is accessible for all groups, and doesn't require much internet capacity, thinking about the needs of the global south. The platform is multi-language by being connected to Translate Wiki and complies with the privacy and security sections of Wikimedia projects. CAPEX is the tool that every Wikimedian has always dreamed of, a place to map and find different kinds of people and information of interest on a global scale. Come, create your profile, and start sharing at capex.toolforge.org.
Okay, so I'm going to log in into my account to show you how it works. Okay. Just give me a minute because I'm working backwards. Of course. If you have any questions or something to discuss in the meantime, please feel free. So as you can see, it's as easy as opening another one. Wait, just let me take that off. Okay. So I'm just going to go to the user profile. It's also a bit empty and filled because I'm usually just demonstrating this stuff. So I add and take off parts. So just a second for the internet to work. But if you do have it opened on your accounts, you could see that you have a short bio where you can add something about yourself. And then as a picture, you could use a picture that you have uploaded, for example, to your item at Wikidata. So we know it's a picture that you chose to have. And also you can use an avatar or no picture at all, it's at your preference. Okay, in the meantime, till it opens, I can just tell you some parts of like news and what the capacity exchange is working about till it loads. So we are currently working on a mentorship feature where we have collaboration with the education user group and the education hub. The idea is to integrate the mentorship program registration directly into the capacity exchange. It will function similarly to the Let's Connect form. If you have seen, you can also see the Let's Connect form and sign up for it at the capacity exchange. So we will dedicate a form, and the form will collect the sensitive data such as names, emails, and importantly, this data will not be shared to the capacity exchange database. Instead, it will go into a secure database that will be used only by the mentorship program, and the staff only can access it. So it's super safe. It's not that it's going to be stored into the capacity exchange. We will also have a joint session with Let's Connect soon. If you might have seen information about it in the Telegram group. If you're interested, you are welcome to join, since it will be focused in specifically on this integration. Beyond that, we are looking for partnerships. So if anyone is interested in contributing to the development of capacity exchange in the future, or joining the Capacity Exchange Advisory Committee, please reach out. And you can find the link to the Telegram group. I have put it on the Etherpad, and also information and updates about the tool as well. We also do have a newsletter channel on our meta page for those who want to stay informed. So it just opened, thankfully, so we can see the username of the profile. We can copy a link, edit the user profile. If we click to edit the user profile, okay, it opened. So you can choose an avatar, which I can show you look something like these. But also you can choose to not have anything shown. You can display the image that you have from a Wikidata article, and also an avatar or nothing at all. It's on your profile. You also have the delete profile, which you should not use because you don't need to delete the profile. You have badges that you can edit if you have, and you can view all of them. You have a mini bio, and you have your known capacities. So capacities such as organizational structure, maybe communication, as we talked, being persistent, learning and evaluation. Each of them have more, and you can choose which ones you do have. Available capacities, which one you are available, and the ad capacities that you want, for example. This is similar also to the profile of the organization. Languages, alternative Wikimedia accounts, if you do have any, the affiliation, territory, and also Wikidata item. We have Wikimedia projects that you work with. We have the Let's Connect button and also the sign-up sheet for Let's Connect. But be sure to hit the Save Profile button so your information will be saved and stored. I would ask if someone opened an account right now. Did you have the chance? Okay. Was it everything useful? Okay, that's nice to hear. Okay, something important to clarify as well is that some people imagine Capacity Exchange as a kind of social media platform. But that's not what it is. We use that metaphor sometimes to just explain like it's an Wikimedia LinkedIn, so the place you can find other people within the Wikimedia movement. So a Capacity Exchange is designed as a tool to find people, organizations, events, or mentorships opportunities. Once you've created and updated your profile, others can discover you when they need your skills, and you can also search for others when you need theirs. That's why we don't have features like notifications in the Capacity Exchange, and it's not an end to itself. It's simply a pathway to connect with others in the movement. I'm right now free to just go around, and if you need help with setting up your profile, if you're working on it. Okay, if not, I'm getting back to just another quick presentation. Okay. Okay. So I would just like to have like, what did you notice while exploring the Capacity Exchange right now? What was something that you found interesting or that you found very useful, or maybe you didn't find and you thought it would be there? Maybe for some users, yeah? Just two. One.
But maybe thank you again. There is basically only German, so because of Austria, right? But in order to maybe strengthen the capability of this tool, there is need for more languages in the interface. That's because I'm a translator by profession myself.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing I saw, and I already like thinking like how many like major Wikipedias can use this interface, this language. Thank you.
Literal language. No, thank you. That's also a great notice. We are working on finding people who do speak both of the languages and would like to translate the tool and also have it more accessible for the other regions as well. Maybe someone who only speaks that language and not also English or another language that you found. What would make the platform more useful for you or your affiliate? Like, do you have any idea how right now you would use the platform for something you need right now that you have or don't have the skills that you want to share or need? Or for example, how could we use it in the CEE region to strengthen collaboration? It's okay, go.
I'm not sure that this problem is, let's say, this common as we have in Belarusian Wikipedia, classical Belarusian Wikipedia, but sometimes our admins, besides we already having like lots of problems, right? In communicating basic things, like sometimes forums are closed for the Wikipedians who don't have an account, who don't understand a lot like how to use these forums, and maybe if we simply could use, let's say, at the forum page, right, this link to this page where you don't have to be this, I don't know, registered users, or so there is less of a barrier when you use this one. But of course, right now there is a language barrier, as I see it right now. So when you have no language barrier, this would be quite useful tool if people on the platform are actually like maybe more, let's say, user-friendly. Because in many cases on the forum, again, you've got to be quite tough to, let's say, jump over this barrier of having negative comments against you for 3 or 4 times, maybe for a week or several days, before you get any positive or at least like neutral comments. So yeah, this would be an awesome tool if we would use it on this forum page somewhere like above, like just given a link, maybe someone would use it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Noted. Yes, Jessica.
Thank you. Hi, Jessica from the Wikimedia Foundation, and I actually follow the CAPEX project very closely. I believe that a lot of us always mention how lost we get on Meta, trying to find information from others, what they're doing. There's a lot of resources out there like reporting, learning documentation, training material. And I really think that the organization page on the CAPEX, the profile page, once it's linked into all that meta information and tagged by skills. So if I'm an affiliate and I've worked on training documentations that are related to communications, for example, or Wikimedia in residence models, to have that tagged by skills. So when people are searching for resources on those particular things, all the different resources that affiliates have on those particular skills would come up. So that type of functionality, search functionality and tagging things by skills is really interesting beyond the one-on-one connection
Yes.
I can have with that person. And I think in the CE region, it would just be interesting to set like a target. Let's all connect with one person. Find somebody on CAPEX, start engaging and seeing where that leads. Because as the person from Belarus, sorry, I didn't catch your name. Vladimir was saying, like, often we can reach out, but that person might not be available or have the right skills to mentor. And I think what's interesting at the CAPEX is if somebody's there saying they want to share that skill, there's already an intention. So I'm already reaching out to somebody who I hopefully is going to respond to me. But I think that still needs to be tested, and people need to be supported to offer that mentorship. So I think the CE region could be a region where this is tested like life, you know, how these connections happen, what support might be needed. You know, if 2 people connect and they don't speak the same language, then where does like language support come in? So I think this is a good testing ground for what CAPEX wants to do.
Yeah, thank you very much. So basically what I had for a hands-on, if you have created an account right now, or you open your account that you had and update your profile, could you add one skill that you share or need in your profile right now? Something on the top of your mind. For example, it could be about a project, it could be about the grant, it could be about, as Jessica said, communication.
I want to learn to code, for example, because I do not have that skill.
So you need someone to help you with coding at a certain project,
Yes.
Wikibase.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, can you search that and see if you find someone right now?
Yeah.
Do you
I
have your-
cannot- Yeah, I'm just posting that we won and we organized, and I don't have the app opened. So yeah.
But it could be as quick. I could share from, for example, your phone.
Just a second.
Okay. Because that's what I'm trying to see, if you could, like, in real time. Okay.
All of us are online, so it's super slowly.
Yeah, the internet is a bit. For example, could you try to find a skill that you need on Capacity Exchange right now? Something on top of your mind that you are working on or maybe planning to work on. For example, someone to help you with a presentation, with coding, with a technical tool. Maybe something you've searched before on the forum or somewhere else. Yeah. So we would be searching for someone who has the technical skills on Wikidata. Yeah.
I might suggest that Maria Magdalena starts with querying Wikidata first.
Yeah.
That is the first step to understand the concept of data. Sorry, it's okay.
Yeah, for this example, it's people who do not understand that. So they will look, for example, a skill that you might have, and you will be telling her this. So you would be helping her move forward. For example, you're organizing a campaign, and you need someone to be on the jury of that campaign that has experience, maybe not someone new to the wiki world, and try to explain everything. That, for example, happened to me personally. We needed someone to help us with a national competition, and we looked for other Wikimedians who like photography, like to be on the jury, know how to use comments and these montage tools. So it was very useful, and we found people who also want to collaborate and help. But there are also people out there who don't know about the tool and should be there and offer what they need to have or what they want or what they can offer to other people. So the tool is always updated for the capacities, and you also can update how much you can offer right now, or maybe you need something and you can take off everything that you could offer, for example, because you're in a busy schedule. And then if you have some free time, maybe just pop up and add those skills. So for example, if we want to share something who might benefit. Maria, did you have a chance to find someone? Okay, you're busy. The internet is not working? Yeah. Okay. Basically, if the internet is not working, then fairly, yeah. That's basically what we need right now. But other than that, I would suggest for you to add us on Telegram. And if you have any other questions, or if you want to be part, all of the tools and links are on the Etherpad of this presentation, as well as the Telegram group. And as well as I'm going to be here in the conference, so if you might have the chance to go onto the tool, put your skills or put some skills that you need to find and you need some help, or you have some idea, you can freely... Okay, I thought something you wanted to say. You can freely exchange on the Telegram group or with me as well if you find us on the conference. Yeah?
How do I add a new event or an organization to the list that's available?
Yeah, so you have to, as I said also in the Etherpad group, I put the email of the capacity exchange as well as here. You could email the capacity exchange and give us your username that you want, or usernames for admins of the organization. The tech team will put up the organizational profile, and then you can just hit the edit button. It will show up onto your profile under it, and then you can just edit the organizational profile there.
And the events?
And the events should be similar. I can ask and answer you
Okay.
for the technical team.
Wouldn't it be good somewhere down the line in the future to have that
Option,
functionality within
yes,
the...
truly.
Yeah.
But as we said, we are looking for capacities as technical capacities as well.
I know.
So if someone is and has that skill, even the capacity exchange is looking for people who can exchange the skills. But it would be very useful, yes.
Yeah, well, while I have the mic, I've been talking to Amanda from Wikimedia Brazil about this because we're collaborating. I'm on the part of the Wikipedia Education User Group, so the Education Hub, Proto Hub, whatever you want to call it, and it's been a great experience so far. And yeah, we're building this mentorship tool, which is going to be great. So heads up for that.
Yeah, as I said, you can put some heads up for that, as well as just put your skills right now, and then you can just add the... If anyone has any other questions, discussions, ideas to share. Okay.
I will show this about Wikidata. I have this my Wikidata item, and but I have this error, and I don't understand. I need to add some property or what, how to bind, how to connect my username with my Wikidata item.
It is your Wikidata item.
Yes,
Do you have a picture in your Wikipedia?
Yes, I have all the pictures. But how to understand my username? Because on my Wikidata items there is no my username. Maybe I need to add some properties.
Yes, you need to put the username because it's saying it's not.
And how the property called? Wikimedia username.
Yes. Yes. You just need to refresh the page.
Already I have.
So you did have it with the underline, is that correct? Or did you change it from?
It's actually it's space, but sometimes it's here it's with underline, but here it's with space.
Usually it's space, yeah. That's only for the coding.
Okay, I will space. So I will move this. Oops. Remove misunderscore.
Can you just try to update? Maybe just refresh this. I think the internet is very slow.
Maybe
I
some
can
cache.
check. Yeah, the cache sometimes is a big problem.
Maybe background cache server. Maybe after a few hours it will work.
I also can check. Can you just give me your username? I can check the testing.
You see, this is.
Yes. Without the.
Okay, and another problem is that yes, affiliation. I spent a lot of minutes to find Belarus user group because it's so huge. You must have search here because
Yes.
it's a lot of time to find.
Yes.
It's not alphabetically ordered. It's need to be search.
Amazing back.
Also here I don't mention sign up, but already I have this.
Yes, that's
account.
tick.
What's the difference?
That's for Let's Connect. Did you? I think you signed up.
It's different service.
Yes. So this form, as a capacity exchange, offers you to sign up for Let's Connect through capacity exchange.
So do I need to sign up or not?
If you want to sign up for Let's Connect, you can sign up through.
And what is Let's Connect?
Dude, we have Jessica here. I was gonna say. Can you open it and you can see?
Is this what?
Yeah, this is the profile of Let's Connect.
Open Let's Connect?
Yes.
What address? Let's connect.
Yeah, sure.
Let's connect. It would be a lot of organizations with the same name.
Because Jessica is part of the Let's Connect group, so
you must have a link here to be able to open.
Yes, but I think you're in the edit.
You must have a link here.
Yeah, it should have been. But I think it's in the edit. So if you. Is this the registration form? Can you go here and see to the? I just use it. Why don't you show the rest user? Okay, I can show you then in the minutes. So Let's Connect. But thank you for these signups. Okay, guys, if you don't have any other questions, Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Τι έγινε ρε. Τι δεν άφησε τον βιβλίο. Τι έγινε. Πάσε διπλό κλικ και κάτσε λίγο.
It's not work.